still so young, this Tomariru kid, right? So
How
a lot
young
to
is he?
look
Do you have
forward
any
to.
idea? Is he
Around
like a
20,
13 years old,
21.
17, or 20? Okay, that the young, the wrong. How old are you, kid? You got this name, kid. It's a funny name because the older you get, let me tell you, it's not going to work. But like, where are you at? You're like my early 20s yourself, mid 20s,
Take a
max.
guess. Take a guess. Come on.
I'm gonna go with 24, 25, 29,
Close. Real
34.
close. I'm 23.
Which one?
But anyway, here we have the match: Jules versus T-Rex. And yes, I am indeed 23, and I have a name for a kid. Let's whatever. It's whatever.
Man, I'm old enough to be your father. That's crazy.
Aren't you
T-Rex
like 18?
bringing out
Hey.
Eddie Gordo. Sorry, I meant you're old enough to be my father. T-Rex versus Jules here. Eddie Gordo versus Bob.
I hope you're ready. Round one.
All right, let's see how things are gonna go. T-Rex again. Jules has a lot of experience when it comes to the Eddie matchup, but you know, Eddie is also a very different character here. So let's see how Jules is gonna make it count.
Yeah, a lot of wall pressure right now. I think Bob is definitely one of these characters that's underrated right now too. We're seeing more and more Bobs come out, and they're putting themselves on the map. I don't want to see a return of Tekken 6 Bob, and ever since Tekken 6, like he's left a stain in my mind. You know, my brain juice. I think about Bob, I'm like no, no, I don't want to see it.
I've heard a
But
lot
right
about
now,
Bob.
Jules
You know,
dominating.
Bob's infamy in Tekken 6. And I've never been in the competitive side of Tekken 6, so I'm really I want to know this from you, but that's for later. So let's see. Jules though has T-Rex up against the wall, gets the counter hit launcher in.
Oh yeah. T-Rex got Jules backed up here, gets the bounce, and that should be the round.
Round three.
Ties it up, one apiece.
Fight.
Really, really good showing so far for T-Rex. Not a lot of people can get that momentum back, especially when Jules takes it in the first round. Back two picks up.
That was a crazy attempt at running through there. The tech roll worked out well. I remember one of the weaknesses in this matchup specifically used to be that if Eddie went relaxed, Bob's back two used to have issues, but oh boy, never mind. It's flawless. Brandon and I talked about it.
Round four.
Thanks for the
Jules
demonstration,
so precise
guys.
for the back twos. So good.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for it. Oh my goodness, all day. He really did it 4 times. Make it 5.
He tried to get away from the wall. Yeah, he tried to get away from the wall.
Whoa!
Stop kick out of nowhere, and Jules gonna carry to the wall. Big damage coming in. Gonna put him in rage. Yes.
Can he close it out though? T-Rex opportunity. Gotta watch out for that rage out when Eddie's back to the wall. Not gonna get it.
Not bad. I'll fight you.
Not bad at all.
Takes
Jules.
it back immediately. Jules again. I'm telling you, man. Jules is someone you would have to keep your eyes on because this guy been winning a lot of tournaments, not winning a lot of tournaments, but been joining top 8s in recent tournaments. And only recently he win Tatakay Pilipinas, which is the most recent tournament here we had here in the Philippines. Jules, definitely a scary name to behold.
Exactly. And this is first to 2 here. This is winner semifinals in the top 8 right now. So Jules 1 game away from making it into that top 3, of course. And you know, T-Rex didn't look terrible in that game, but Jules is all over, really smothering him, ready for the relax mix-ups. Anytime that he would go into relax, the back 2-2 was there. Other than that, the pressure was on there. And obviously, we all know Eddie doesn't have a really good sidestep. So a lot of the times when you have that coming, you know, like what's Eddie going to do if Bob's just continually pressuring you in that situation? He's going to have to try to force a relax mix-up, essentially, right? So we'll see what he tries to bring here in game 2. But looks like it's an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part about this matchup, right? Eddie has a lot of stances that can get picked up by Bob with just one input alone, which is the back 2. It's so risky to go for a handstand mix-up or even the relaxed stance because it can just be negated by the back 2. So it's such a super risky character to play against Bob. So do you think a character switch might happen here?
Yeah, it could be, but and I know it's kind of like taboo almost to talk about nowadays because Nia and Arslan Ash have been switching characters so much, but I feel like there are still a lot of character loyalists out there, you know, and unless you really have that secondary built up, it's very, very difficult to switch characters in tournament. I think, you know, Nia and Arslan Ash, they are obvious exceptions to this rule. Chikrin, another player who has a few characters they can use. But unless you've been using these characters like 5 to 10 years, into like the top 8, top 4 of a tournament, it's really hard to bring out your secondaries unless you're really, really comfortable with them. But here we go, game 2, T-Rex sticking it out with Eddy Gordo. And I like what I'm seeing here. Eddy Gordo definitely is a character that, if you're running him in tournament, you probably don't have a secondary, because otherwise you would be using the secondary.
And this is so interesting because T-Rex lost that game 1, but he didn't go for an infinite stage, which normally you would see Eddy go for, infinite stages to move around and, just backdash in. But this time he chose Island Paradise.
Yeah, he used that new back 2-3 right there a second ago. That's something I want to see more out of Eddy. Like, that's definitely one of the best tools that's gotten added, but beautiful Jules with the whip punish, crouch dash 1. Look at that, what the hell?
Whoa!
That was crazy!
And there again, he's got that situation in line for T-Rex, but no, he changes the position instead. This might be bad for Jules, though. He's so close to that balcony break.
That was terrifying. I do not ever want to play Jules after seeing that. Bro, Jules running through T-Rex right now, 1 round away, getting to the top 3 of this tournament.
Looking real strong, working on a sweep here. Jules looking for crouch dash 1s, but T-Rex is kind of struggling to find an opening for Jules right now. The defense is so good.
And you saw just a second ago that relaxed. He tried to go underneath the pressure, but the back 2 immediately pushed him out. And the get-up kick's gonna counter hit here. Wall to wall, beautiful conversion. Smart stuff from Jules all around. Look at this.
Wow. Amazing pickup from Jules, and one more hit to do it. Wrong punish from T-Rex, and that's a clean 2-0 for Jules against T-Rex. Sends him to the loser's bracket, and Jules moves on to winner's final.
Exactly. Top 3 guaranteed for Jules. Congratulations, sir. But that, as you called it out, clean victory there. He looked like he knew everything about Eddy, was not fazed by the character choice whatsoever. And, when you're that comfortable against the character, it doesn't even matter who the player is. You're like, I know all the options for all the tricks you've got coming at me. And really, that looked like a really hard character matchup. Specifically, if you're T-Rex there and you don't have another character, Jules is really prepared for that. And to be that prepared against Bob, I feel is much harder because Bob is so much, so many, how do I say this politely? So much garbage that he can throw at you with like those power crunches, etc. So nicely done by Jules. I'm glad to see Bob on the map, at this stage of the tournament. I think, as I mentioned earlier, an underrepresented character. So it's really nice to see him getting this far.
And a fun fact about Jules is that his brother, Pika, who is also his coach, Pika has been playing Eddy a lot, especially in his streams. He's been telling people how